Hey guys, it's your boy CeeLo, not Green, and today I wanted to talk a little more in depth about that June 16th date that the Overwatch team says is the next major drop of news, as well as look back at the 6 years of Overwatch since it launched, so let's get into this. So, if you didn't know, today, May 24th, is the anniversary of Overwatch, actually launching way back in 2016. Since then, the game has added 12 new heroes if you count Sojourn, making the total count from 21 when the game launched to 33 with Sojourn being added in the beta. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Overwatch as a whole real quick, just about my personal experiences before we get into some of that good hopium for the 16th. So I remember way back in early 2016, I was finishing up my freshman year of college as a bright-eyed 19-year-old when I saw on the Xbox Marketplace that an Overwatch open beta was live. I had never heard of Overwatch before, I never knew what it was. I never played any Blizzard game before, and I had never seen any of the cinematics. I mean, I literally had heard nothing about the game before I saw that beta ad. So I looked it up and I was like, seems neat. I was a little hesitant because I had seen that there's abilities in an FPS game, and as a normie COD player, seeing anything on a cooldown made my spine shiver. But I saw that there were a bunch of different interesting heroes, and I figured, why not? I'll give it a try. So I downloaded it, and I was hooked instantly. I remember my first game was on Hanamura, and I played Mercy because I saw she kinda played a little bit like the medic from TF2, and I had played a very small amount of that, and I liked the way that the medic's gameplay was, so I picked her, and well, the rest is history. I remember playing it so much after that. None of my friends in college were really into it, despite me trying my hardest to try to get them to play. I think that same ability and not mindless team deathmatch really didn't sit well with them, since they were the most casual of casual gamers. I remember buying a gaming laptop specifically to play Overwatch with my friends from high school that all played on PC and were queuing together. I remember Ana coming out. I never played her because I couldn't aim very well at the time, and I was just the resident Mercy one trick, which still haunts my profile to this day. I remember literally everything about the game and what's happened. I remember Season 1 of competitive 5-man reses, the Sombra ARG, Doomfist being voiced by Terry Crews, what a rumor, Briggs' intro and how no one could say her name right. I still hear Bridget and Brigitte to this day, so I guess some things, I guess they never change. You name it, I've seen it. I've met some great friends on Overwatch, whether that be one of my best friends who I've randomly met in a quick play game and we still talk almost every day, to some of my former teammates on an Overwatch team I played on for a year or so, that we just shit talk and talk about Overwatch League or anything related to the game. These are some of my favorite people I've ever met, and I would have never met them if it wasn't for Overwatch. I mean, even now, I restarted my passion for making and editing videos with this YouTube channel because I just love Overwatch so much. I have never put more time into a game than this one. It is my favorite game of all time, and I don't think anything will overtake that. There is no game that feels like Overwatch, plays like it, or has had the impact on me that any other game has had. Despite its ups and downs, I wouldn't be who I am now if I didn't download that beta a little over 6 years ago. So, on the 6th anniversary of Overwatch, let's put down the pitchforks and say thanks to the devs and everyone who has made this game what it is, blemishes and all. Here's the 6 years of Overwatch, and hopefully 6 more years ahead of one of the greatest FPS games ever made.
Holy shit!
Heroes never die.
Okay, memory lane trip aside, let's get into the good stuff. So recently, right after the beta went down last week, The Overwatch social media posted a tweet saying that on June 16th we'll hear more about the future of Overwatch 2 and the betas. You know, I am just so glad that my old video going over the whole calendar thing I made is just completely wrong and useless, since all of my dates in that video hinge on the fact that the next beta would start on the day the remix event ends, but now we know that isn't the case anymore. We could realistically be waiting a month until the next beta releases, which does suck. John Spector did tweet though, saying that just because the next major date for news is the 16th doesn't mean that they're going to go completely radio silent until then. I honestly kind of expect either news or something meaningful for the anniversary today. I don't know what that'll be exactly, but at least on their social medias they'll post something about the game turning 6. I just hope that instead of only looking to the past, we can get a glimpse into the future of the game as well. If they do say anything later today, I'll be making a video on it, so make sure you subscribe and look back for that. Like that little self-plug there? Oh yeah, I'm good, baby. With the June 16th date being confirmed as the next major day for news, what can we expect at this news event anyway? Well, some specific wording and some curious social media actions can help us lead to some ideas. Let's start off with the actual wording of the tweet. It says that there's going to be an Overwatch 2 event, so with that I expect some live stream kind of similar to what the 5v5 announcement was, with the devs and some hosts like Zoe or Mr. X to kind of guide the narrative of what the devs want to announce. Hopefully it's not like that Sojourn one that, you know what, I'm just going to try to do everything to forget about that one. I hope it's more like the 5v5 announcement stream. If it isn't that, then I'd imagine it'll be a dev update, kind of like that BlizzCon line video from February 2021, where a bunch of behind the scenes stuff is shown and what we can expect in the months ahead. Speaking of, the wording of the tweet is super interesting on that point as well. It says, "We will share our plans for the months ahead, including the next PvP beta." The wording on this is very specific, so let's talk about it. If they had said, "Join us for an Overwatch 2 event where we will discuss the updates on the upcoming beta," we'd probably get a nice update discussing what new content we'd get for specifically the next PvP beta, so new maps, at least one new hero, more features, maybe a new game mode as well that still hasn't been talked about at all. Any of those things are still on the table, by the way, for discussion, but that tweet worded it in a way that makes it seem like on top of discussing the new content and what we can expect in the next beta, we'll get a look at what they have coming beyond that next beta. Does this mean we're gonna get a real certified hood classic roadmap for future content in Overwatch? Is Blizzard feeling okay? This is something that has been begged for years, and now it seems like it'll be a reality. I can almost 100% guarantee that this Overwatch 2 event on the 16th will get a look at the PvE, a roadmap on new maps, heroes, game modes, future beta dates, or at least time periods, and anything else they feel like they are ready to show. This event is going to be huge for the future of the game. The curtain will finally be pulled back to reveal more transparency from the Overwatch team than ever before. What I would like, at the bare minimum, is something like that graphic that came out before the first beta, where it said what maps are new, what heroes got reworked, a confirmation of a new hero is coming into the game, a new feature like the reworked competitive or the clan mode that was leaked last year. And another thing to note with all of this is that the tweet we're talking about here was actually retweeted by the Xbox Twitter account. While yes, Microsoft did buy Activision Blizzard, it's curious that Xbox would retweet something that would seemingly have no impact on them. If I'm reading the tea leaves right, this could be a tiny hint at the possibility of the beta being added onto console, or Xbox at the very least. Xbox getting priority makes sense since Overwatch is technically an Xbox title now. Maybe for this upcoming beta, Xbox players will be able to get in on it, and a beta at a later date, a full open beta, will be available for PlayStation and Switch. Sorry PlayStation boys, I don't want to ruin your day, but it is a possibility that Xbox will get priority over you. Them's the breaks. The other thing I want to see at a bare minimum is some update on the PvE. It has been almost a year and a half since we have had any word on the progress on the thing that's giving Overwatch 2 the 2 at the end of its name. The PvE is the thing they absolutely need to nail and get right, and letting us see how it's come along since early 2021 would be incredibly smart. With the general gaming community clowning on the Overwatch 2 beta for just being Overwatch 1 but different, showing something that is without question something new and something worthy worthy of a 2 at the end of the title is something I think Blizzard have to do. After the PR disaster of the first beta, Blizzard need to counter back with something that is tangible and genuinely good to show off to try and win back some of that good faith that they lost after the lackluster first beta. Look, I really enjoyed the beta an insane amount, but by week 3, it felt pretty stale playing such a small map pool on a terrible quick play rule set. It just wasn't as engaging for me anymore, and after it went down, playing Overwatch 1 actually felt good again, solely because I was playing comp and it felt like I was actually playing for something. Numbers, man, they really make the human brain happy. My number go up. I happy. Okay, so kind of wrapping this up, that June 16th date will need to be big. I think it will be just based on how much they're kind of emphasized it would be based on the wording of the tweet. The fact that they're willing to tell us what's coming beyond the next beta is something that doesn't happen very often with Blizzard games, especially Overwatch. I'd guess that the next beta will probably launch a few days after the 16th since they normally launch things on Tuesdays and the 16th is on a Thursday. Honestly though, we actually might see the beta launch on Tuesday, June 21st. You know, it also is kind of possible that the second beta starts on June 16th since the first beta was launched on a Thursday. I don't know, it's possible. It is worth noting that on June 16th, the Overwatch League starts up again at 3 p.m. Eastern after a week off after the kickoff Clash tournament ends, meaning it's possible that they could be playing on a new beta patch with new stuff as well, having the Overwatch League show off whatever's new. I think that's pretty unlikely, but it is possible. Okay, I think that wraps everything up pretty nicely. We have a long 3 weeks to wait until that date comes up, but hopefully time will move pretty quickly. The Overwatch League has made my weeks fly by keeping up with it. You know I'm a real Fusion fan when I wake up at 6 a.m. multiple days in a week to watch my boy Zest absolutely pound! It's the true Philadelphia fan experience. I'm just waiting for it to all come crumbling down soon enough. Okay, that's it from me. Please like the video if you enjoyed or learned something new. Please subscribe and ring the bell icon to see more from me and to get notified when I upload next. And comment below and tell me what some of your favorite Overwatch moments have been over the last 6 years. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.